Alright guys, let's get on to part 2 then. We'll find a few battles and then be on our way. Let's see. I am recording this after Valentine's Day, so I hope you guys enjoyed yours. And I was about to take Leaf Blade off of my Virizion, but I'm happy now that it didn't because I was afraid I might run into Quagsire. It looks like this guy's just using a team made up entirely of the mons that dropped, plus Vileplume. Have fun. So this should be interesting, I guess. Heliolisk is probably going to be a problem. I know that Quagsire is not. I think Virizion also could be a problem, but maybe Dusknoir can deal with it. Probably not, actually. I don't know, we'll see. He has a ground type. He has 2 ground types, but I still want to lead off with my Rotom, as he leads off with Mawile here. Could stay in. I don't know what else I would do, actually. Actually, I can go into Claydol here. Hopefully he doesn't go into anything of his own. He's got knockoff, so I should have just Volt Switched, but now he can go into one of his grass types or his Claydol, so I'm not going to go for Earth Power. And either way, his spinner is Claydol, so I think I can handle that pretty easily, especially with my what do you call it? My Rotom. So he's got a balloon on this thing. Well, I don't think he's gonna Volt Switch. He's probably gonna go for like a Hyper Voice or a Surf. So I'm gonna go into my Dusknoir. He's got Sub Balloon. Alright. I think he's gonna attack. I really don't know what else he would do. So, I mean, if he wants to just switch out right now, that'd be fine, but apparently he doesn't want to do that. As he goes for T-Bolt, it doesn't do much. What can I do? Kind of want to go for Earthquake and sort of just hope that he doesn't go into one of his grass types or Claydol. I don't see him going into Claydol, but he goes into Mawile, which is perfect, and that takes not a lot. But now I can go into my Claydol again, and maybe see. I don't know if I want to go for the Gleam, as he actually goes for Stealth Rocks. I didn't even realize he would carry that. I'm gonna spin. No reason to not spin, really, because if he wants to go in his own Claydol, that's a free switch for me into my Rotom, I think. And I will go for the Shadow Ball, because honestly the threat of him going into Heliolisk is not very great. Oh, he actually goes for Shadow Ball, which was a good play on his part. Interesting. Definitely interesting. So I did not expect him to be Life Orb or to carry Shadow Ball. So he is actually going to go into Heliolisk, which is fine because he takes more damage on this. And I'm just going to go into Audino this time, because I expect his other move to be probably Hyper Voice. That's the only thing I can imagine, really. And I did kind of expect him to switch out into something like Claydol here, because my switch into Dusknoir was too obvious, if that makes sense. So he might stay in, as he does, and he goes for Rapid Spin, which was a good play, I guess. But I get off the knockoff, so he is no longer carrying his Life Orb. I'm just going to go for the Wish, because I think I can get a free switch into my Dusknoir on pretty much anything. I don't think anything's going to be able to knock it out, unless he goes for a knockoff with his Mawile. And I don't think Mawile can even knock it out, because Dusknoir is very bulky. And it fortunately does not have very much, what do you call it, HP. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't really have much that can take on Vileplume very reliably. I don't have anything that can take it on reliably. But I'm just going to go into my Dusknoir, I guess. Get it back up to full health. As he goes for Giga Drain and doesn't do much. So, let's see. I do have sub on this, but he's probably got a poison type move. So, I'm just going to Shadow Sneak. Because I want to see how much damage I can do. And I get inflicted with sleep, which is just the worst possible thing. But I'm just going to Earthquake here. In case he wants to try and take advantage of this sleep, and I might wake up. So, but I don't really suspect that he'll be able to do too much to me. As he goes into Claydol. And I'm gonna sneak. If I wake up, I should be able to KO him. As I do, that's awesome. That's very good. Now I can spam ground type moves pretty much freely. I know that he does still have two things to resist it, or one thing that truly resists it, but that's okay. So he's got this thing back out here, and he does have the sludge. Bomb. So I don't know what to do exactly here. I feel like he's just gonna go for another attack, and that doesn't do a whole lot. I get poisoned as he goes for the Sludge Bomb. Let's see what a Facade can do. Let's see what a Facade will do here. I know I'm gonna take a lot of unnecessary damage, but I think that, like I said before, I can get a free switch into this after getting off a Wish on pretty much everything. So I'm gonna go for the Facade, see what kind of damage I can do. 38%, that's not bad. But I'm definitely gonna have to go into Audino here and see what I can do about this. I think it'll be just a gradual wearing it down sort of thing. Wow, this thing's probably offensive. Offensive with leftovers. I mean, I'm not especially defensive, but he doesn't seem to be carrying Sleep Powder. So he actually goes into Verzion here. And this is probably a good opportunity for him to set up a Sword Stance or just go for the fighting type move. I don't really have anything to hit this thing with. Now that I'm looking at it, this thing's gonna destroy me. So I can't really afford to protect right now. Poop. Poop. I feel like Dusknoir is good for the Heliolisk. I don't know, man. I do not know. I don't know what to do. Dang. And I don't want to go for the knockoff in case he is physical. I just gotta go back into Dusknoir. I think I can handle the Heliolisk some other way. As he has Calm Mind, which is great. That is pretty good. I'm just gonna sneak. Just get off as much damage as I can on this thing. That actually does a sizable amount. But he does have the Giga Drain, which stinks. But he's Life Orb. So Shadow Sneak can get a little bit more damage off on him, and he won't be able to recover enough. That's fine. He wants to go into Heliolisk here. Now the question is, does he sub or does he attack me? It's a 50-50 pretty much. He could attack, but I feel like he wants to get off a free sub. I don't want him to do that, so I'm gonna go for the Earthquake. Yeah, so he does try and set up a sub. And I'm just gonna Sucker Punch now. Because he saw that I knew he would do that. Hopefully he won't go for another one. Though he could. But he doesn't, and I actually take down the Heliolisk. So that was good playing on my part. It was good playing, I think, right there. And even though he has 2 less Mons than me, I feel like I'm honestly in a worse position than him. So because of that Virizion, I need to get my Virizion in safely, if I can. So Sucker Punch did that. He might be physically defensive. How badly do I want to keep my Rotom? Rotom might be useful. Hopefully I can knock him out. I mean, I feel like I could knock him out, but I don't know if I want to take that chance. I honestly feel like I could go into my Liepard here. What's his Mawile is actually at a sizable amount of HP, so maybe this wasn't the best play. But then again, I can't always go into my Claydol. So I'm going to go for the knockoff here, just to get rid of... Okay, Quagsire comes in. Get rid of Quagsire's leftovers. And I don't know what he wants to do here. He could Scald, but I have to go into my Virizion, as he counters, actually. So this is a free... Damn. I kind of want to make the play out into... what do you call it? He's got his counter right here, is the thing. Into my Rotom. Now, because I know that Sacred Sword's not going to do much to him, especially if he is the physically defensive set. Oh boy, what do I do? I feel like, honestly, I can take a Sludge Bomb. I just have naturally good defense. So he actually goes into Mawile here, which I don't know if it can take a +1 Secret Sword, excuse me. Sacred Sword. Damn it. He actually goes for the Iron Head. So I'm in a good position now to just go for another one, because Mawile is really not all that strong. It really isn't. So if he wants to go into Vileplume right here, he can, but he actually doesn't. He's going to let Mawile go down, which is also very helpful for me, because it kind of stopped my Liepard. So he goes into his own Virizion here. I am jolly. So I can make the risky play and go for the speed tie, but he actually wins that speed tie. However, I am able to knock him out, and this is looking like a one game for me now, hopefully. Though, I mean, I really just need to keep this thing around for Quagsire, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to... it's probably going to go for the... What do you call it? The Giga Drain right here, because it will kill me. He actually goes for Sludge Bomb, which is a bad play on his part, I think. But no matter, I'm going to go for the knockoff. I just don't want him to get any more HP back than he can. So, yeah. 218. I'm just going to go into Claydol here, just so I can keep... Actually, yeah, I don't know if I should have done that. He actually does go for the Sludge Bomb again. I don't really know why he's doing that, but this probably wasn't the best play. Oh, nice, I did outspeed. I was worried that I wouldn't outspeed him, but I actually do. And now he's definitely within range of Shadow Ball. Or knockoff. Oh, no, not knockoff, because I already did knock him off. I get 2 crits on him back to back. He's actually got Moonlight. So, he's probably going to keep Moonlighting here, but I don't really mind that too much. I'm just going to go for another Earth Power. I could get up Rocks, but there's really no reason to do that. And now he's back up to full, which is fine, I guess. It really doesn't bother me too much, because as long as I can get off damage on him, then I'll be good. So, let's see, what is my play here? if I could get him to... I'm going to go into Rotom. I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball. I think that's my best option. Shadow Ball, hopefully it 2-hit KOs this Quagsire, which it definitely does. And then... I don't know. Don't know what I can do. I can probably switch out and trick it. I don't need Virizion right now, so I'm just gonna sack that as he goes for Sludge Bomb. And then I can... I'm gonna go in a Leopard here. I'm gonna go for the Sucker Punch. And if he goes for Moonlight, I can Encore him into that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know what his fourth move is. So he actually goes for Giga Drain, which gets him back a sizable amount of HP. But Sucker Punch is gonna fail as he goes for Moonlight. I can Encore him. Into Moonlight, which will fail. Go into my Rotom, trick him, and then he'll have to use Moonlight. So this worked out very well. So that's what I'm going to do. And I basically win at this point because he can't do anything. And now I'm actually going to go into my, what do you call it, my Leopard here. Copycat the Moonlight if I can. I don't know if I can, but it doesn't really matter because he just has to run out of Moonlights to lose. And which he did. And Sucker Punch should do the trick, I think. To the point where, I mean, I don't think I'll knock him out with Sucker Punch. No, but he'll die to Recoil pretty much sometime. Actually, he's gonna die to Recoil regardless. But yeah, Sucker Punch gets him, and GG for him. I'm not going to give him the smiley face. I feel like I really cheesed him there, but I feel like that was a good play, so let me know if you guys think those were good plays. Oh, by the way, I am kind of back at the bottom here because it is the suspect test ladder, but it's not a big deal, I don't think. So, in case you didn't know, Heliolisk, I believe, and Steelix, the Mega Steelix, are being suspect tested. So let's see. He's got a couple of things that could lead. I'm expecting probably Rhydon or Cradily. So I think Virizion's actually my best lead, as I can set up a sub on this and then proceed to do something else from there. Actually no, Weezing's like a complete stop to this. Wow. Virizion, dude, you suck. I feel like the special set really would have been a better option, but I really didn't want to rely on Focus Blast, you know? Focus Blast is just, it really is too unreliable. But as far as Weezing goes, I have nothing for it. I have nothing for Weezing. As much as I want to have Dazzling Gleam on this, I feel like there are times where Psychic would have been better, so I'm going to change that now. Because otherwise this thing is completely walled by Weezing, and so is pretty much everything else on my team, so that's 6. But I'm going to get up sub right now and see what I can do. As I'm expecting him to want to get up his rocks here, or switch straight into Weezing. So that might be what happens. Who knows? If he would make a move. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. And I really don't have anything for Weezing. I mean, I guess the what do you call it? My Audino could sort of wall it, not really do anything to it in return, but still. I don't know, I'm just gonna go for Sacred Sword. I know it's not effective at all, but I get to see if he's what sort of item he is, and he seems to be Black Sludge. Yeah, he is Black Sludge. I'm just going to go into Audino here, go for a knockoff. Knockoff's a great move, and even though I can't really touch him, I don't think he can touch me either. So, there's that. Is this thing especially defensive? I'm pretty sure I made it physically defensive, didn't I? Yeah, it's physically defensive. Oh well. He's gonna go for the Sludge Bomb. It doesn't do a ton, but he does, unfortunately, get the poison. I'm going to knock off, though, and then Wish Protect, I think. I think maybe Heal Belling would be a better option. No, he goes into Rhydon here, which is good because I get rid of its Eviolite, and I'm gonna Wish. I don't think he can kill me, but if he's the Double Dance Rhydon, I'm pretty much screwed, so that's something to look out for. Though, I do think that Virizion pretty much walls it anyway, so there's that. And I guess, to an extent, so does Claydol. Resist its dual stabs. So there's that, yeah, for sure. As he's gonna go for an Earthquake, and that's not very good. But I'm gonna protect. I'm gonna protect here. There's no reason not to, really. I don't know what to do exactly, but I am going to, yeah, get that taken care of, and now my Regenerator will actually help me to... I'm gonna go into Claydol. It will help me recover my HP. Sorry if I seem distracted. I'm not trying to seem distracted, but I'm just trying to get everything straight. As he goes for Earthquake there, and now he might be tempted to go into something that's not this, because Earth Power is going to hurt, but he actually doesn't, as he goes for Mega Horn. Okay. Well, I'm going to Earth Power now. I don't know. I expected him to have Stealth Rocks, but he just seems to be offensive completely. Rock Blast, Earthquake, Mega Horn. I did not expect Mega Horn at all. He actually eats that up, and he doesn't miss the Mega Horn, which kind of stinks. But what are you going to do? So now... I want to do something. But that something... I'm not sure what that something is. Audino gets destroyed by this. If I go into Rotom, I'm scared that he's going to go into his Zangoose, but I don't really have an option. I don't know if he's going to risk me, I don't know, doing something else, but I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball. Hopefully he doesn't go into Zangoose here, because that will be bad for me. My, what do you call it? My Audino is poisoned, so its longevity is severely threatened. Severely. And I really don't like that, because it means that I won't have the option to really stall him out in terms of Toxic very easily. But I guess switching between my Ghosts and it could be helpful. So we'll see. I could be packing HP Grass. He could be scared of that. But I don't think that's what he's really scared of right now. Rotom is very helpful though, really, against his team, because I feel like it can 2-hit KO a lot of things. It didn't quite 2-hit KO this, but let's see. He doesn't really have a reason to stay in here, so I feel like going into his Zangoose is his best option. He actually goes for Pain Split, so that sucks. I'm gonna Heal Bell here. Because Heal Bell will get rid of this stupid poison. And although he does go into Rhydon, I can switch into my Virizion. I don't want to go into Rotom, because he could go for Rock Blast, yeah. So he actually only gets a couple of turns there, which is good. Now I gotta make the decision of going into something. Perhaps the only thing I can take down Weezing with is my Rotom. Rotom is the only thing that can really take that thing down. So I don't know how to handle this very well. I'm just gonna go back into my Audino and just start trying to rack out damage with knockoff on the Weezing, because if he can't get passive recovery, then I'll be in a better position. As he goes for Willow here, which is fine. I get rid of his Black Sludge, which means he can't passively recover anything. I'm just gonna Heal Bell again. I don't really have anything to Wish Pass into. So yeah, I'm just going to go for a Wish right here, and then probably another knockoff. I mean, if he keeps hitting me with Sludge Bombs, the thing is, he's not going to have any reason to Pain Split. So he actually gets a crit on that Fire Blast, but I'm not really worried about that at all. I'm just gonna go for another knockoff as he goes for another Fire Blast. I guess he doesn't want me to switch into one of my Ghost types, which is totally understandable. But I'm just gonna Wish again, because I can really stall this thing out if I need to, and I don't think he wants me to. And so now I might go for a Heal Bell, I might go for another knockoff. He might be worried about any of those things. I'm just gonna go for another knockoff, really, because I think the Heal Bell is too obvious more than anything, and he does have things that he can switch in on this easily. I mean, the number one thing being Malamar, I think, but he hasn't really switched into his Cradily or his Zangoose or his Malamar or his Typhlosion at all, so his team is still looking very, very, very healthy, and I need to keep my Dusknoir healthy for that Typhlosion for sure. So that's what I'm gonna do if I can. This Weezing is definitely going to be a problem for me. Now I can see myself losing this battle, but I won't be heartbroken if I do. He's got a pretty good looking team, and unfortunately these last two games I've run into poison types that just completely wall Virizion, so I'm upset about that, just because I really wanted Virizion to do work. Now I don't know what he's planning on doing here. He knows that he can't do much damage to me in terms of attacking, so I actually do get the Zangoose, nice, on the switch there, but at the same time that's kind of bad for me, because now he's not going to be passively whittled down by his Toxic Orb, and I have to worry about him setting up an SD in my face. So man, what do I do? I'm gonna go into Dusknoir here, because I think just a Swords Dance or Close Combat is coming, and then I don't know what he's gonna want to do now. He might carry Night Slash, though I don't think he will. I want to no. Do I want to Sucker Punch? I'm gonna Sucker Punch. It does okay damage, as he's got the knockoff, and now this thing's useless. I didn't even realize this thing carried knockoff, but now I'm sort of expecting his Weezing to come in. Let's see, his Weezing is kind of low. He forfeited. What the hell? I don't know why he forfeited. Well, get away, Earthquake. Well, I was probably going to lose that battle, no lie about that, but have fun to this guy, but he decided to forfeit. I guess maybe the battle was taking too long for him. I'm not sure. Leads here, Mesprit, Seismitoad will be okay against those things. I don't expect him to lead off with Seismitoad. Probably I'm going to lead off with my Leopard here. I expect more than anything Mesprit, and this guy's nice. Nice guy. Demi Senpai. Oops. Gonna tell him thanks. Yeah, like I said, I didn't expect him to lead off with Seismitoad, just seeing that I had Virizion, especially in the first slot, so. But now I can get off the knockoff. I don't think it'll kill this thing. Yeah, it didn't. And if he has... Oh, he's got screens, it seems like. He does have screens. A copycat. I don't know if I want a copycat or knockoff or what. Because he's probably just gonna stay in, try and get up a screen. If I encore him, that'd be stupid. I'm just gonna go for another knockoff. I think that's my best option, really. There was no reason to get complicated with like encore, copycat. No reason at all. So he's got the sock. And I do have a few things to resist his fighting type move. So I expect the knockoff to be coming, which stinks. But I'm going to go into my play doll here anyway, as he actually makes a double into Seismitoad. Interesting. Interesting play. But I am going to go into Virizion here. Get up a sub. There's nothing on his team that really completely stops it this time. No poison types, so that's good. Now he could Scald Burn me, but he doesn't. He sets up Stealth Rock, so I'm going to get up a sub here and get up a free hit, and it's also going to burn a turn of the Reflect, and he didn't get the max turns on it because I got rid of his Light Clay before he used it. So it's only going to be until I think maybe the end of this turn or the end of the next turn that it'll be up. So that helps a lot, knowing that he doesn't have screens on his team anymore. As he goes into Mashana, that's pretty much what I expected. Now I'm just going to get off a couple of Leaf Blades, see what kind of damage we can do. A solid amount of damage. As he goes for Psychic, and that's fine. Now he knows I have a Dark type, and he knows that I don't know. I don't want to go into Dust Noir exactly, just because it takes on Typhlosion really well. Let's see. Now Leaf Blade won't do a lot. Psychic will do a lot. Will he go for another move other than Psychic, knowing that I have a Dark type? Possibly. I'm just going to go into Dust Noir. I do have Wish support, so I can probably get this thing back up. As he goes for Calm Mind. That was a decent play. But I'm just going to sneak here. It's kind of weak. Yeah, it's kind of weak, but I am max attack, so hopefully it'll do some good damage. And if he wants to, I can get him down to a range where I expect him to Moonlight, and then I can go into my, what do you call it? My Leopard, and encore him. It does a solid amount right there. So he actually baton passes into Sock. Okay. So he's going to go for knockoff here, I think. That's what I'm thinking. Knockoff is his best play for sure. I don't really know what else he would hit me with. Virizion, it is my answer to Seismitoad, but it's the only thing that I have that can really take that move. And it did give me a +1, so I am free to go for a Leaf Blade here. I am free to go for a Leaf Blade. And it'll bring it down to a really low amount of health. I think that it's sturdy too, so that's something to note. I think that my Rotom can outspeed it as he goes into Masharna, and that's going to die to a +1 Leaf Blade, so that thing is no longer a problem for me. Not something I have to worry about anymore. His best option here is clearly to go into Typhlosion, understandably. Now, I think I want to go into Claydol, probably spin, or get up rocks. I think getting up rocks would also be very helpful, but he actually goes for extra sensory, which is great, because now I can get up rocks and try and rapid spin. Because if he goes into Seismitoad to set them back up at some point, then I'll stay in and hurt it until he kills me, or just rapid spin until he kills me, and then go into my, what do you call it, my Brazion and scare him out. So he actually goes into Sock here. I am max defense, so he actually gets a crit on the Ice Punch. I was gonna say, as long as he doesn't freeze me, I'm cool, but he gets a crit freeze, so I'm definitely not happy. Definitely not happy. That is a lot of horse, a lot of bull, a lot of horse bull. Now I'm pretty mad about this. Definitely pretty mad about this, but I guess it's not the end of the world. Not really the end of the world, but I do believe that he is somehow choiced. So I'm just gonna get off a knockoff here. Yeah, I'm definitely not happy about that. Definitely not. But what are you gonna do? You know, I guess it happens. It's just some bad hacks. Because honestly, this sock would be brought down to the point where I wouldn't be scared of it at all. I would break its sturdy, and I would be able to kill it with like a Sucker Punch or Shadow Ball, Shadow Sneak, whatever. But instead, some bad shit happens. So I'm going to wish. I don't really see what he can do to me as he Toxics, and that's fine. I guess I just gotta go into Gertie and Sacred Sword. As long as he doesn't Scald Burn me as he Toxics, that's fine. I think I can Sacred Sword here pretty freely. Unless he plays me and stays in, or goes into Kingler or something. I don't think he would go into Kingler though, is the thing. I think Sacred Sword is just my better all-around play. Actually, he does stay in here, and that's really frustrating. I really wouldn't be in this situation, honestly, if it weren't for that freeze. I wouldn't have put myself in this situation. I'm just going to Sacred Sword again. Yeah, because he wanted to bait me, but I'm not going to let that happen. So, yeah. Now, I'm going to go into this thing. My Dusknoir, because I can take a hit from this. And it's extra sensory. It's not a big deal. Now, what do I go for? I guess I go for the Earthquake. Earthquake? I go for Earthquake. If he stays in, I'll be. Oh, why wouldn't he stay in? I mean, hello, Stealth Rocks. Stealth Rocks are up. But yeah, I think I can outspeed my his Sock with my what do you call it? My Rotom, right? 309. Yeah, he doesn't reach 309, so I'll definitely outspeed him. I'm just gonna go for the Shadow Sneak, and he's gonna go for the Ice Punch, and I'm lucky enough to survive that because he did go for the ice punch. I think he's really threatened of me going into my, what do you call it, my Virizion. Now he could, the one thing that I'm really worried about here is agility, but I do have priority in the form of Sucker Punch, so I'm just gonna go for Sucker Punch with this right now, as he does go for agility. But I'm just gonna go for a Shadow Sneak, I guess. It doesn't matter at all. He can't sweep with this because I have Sucker Punch on my Leopard. And I guess honestly Sucker Punch wasn't a good play, just because it wouldn't have knocked him out. I would have had to hit him twice no matter what. 2 Shadow Sneaks I guess wouldn't have knocked him out either. But now I'm kind of mad because I would have been able to knock him out at this point. As he goes for X Scissor, that's fine. Now I'm free to go into my Leopard, go for the Sucker Punch, and knock him out. That's great, because I can just Sucker Punch this sock. I'm sure he's scarfed. Most sturdy socks are scarfed, and most socks that are scarfed run sturdy. Mold breaker ones tend to be banded. So he actually goes for the Ice Punch there, and now I can just go into my Rotom and hit him with the Shadow Ball. There's no reason for me to do anything else right here, despite the fact that my Audino could live an Ice Punch and wouldn't get frozen because it's already toxic. It's not necessary because I do outspeed, and I can potentially kill both of these with my Rotom, because I don't think Scald will knock me out from here unless he gets a crit burn, which I wouldn't put past him. But we'll see. He gets the Scald, he does get the crit and the burn. Holy shit. Alright, I called it. But it doesn't matter. It does not matter because, as you can see, the crit burn did not knock me out. And I would have outsped with my Virizion anyway. So yeah, that was actually fun, despite the hacks. I'm just gonna tell him, no worries, take care, smile, and yeah, be out of there. So yeah, that's the end of that. That's the end of this episode too. I hope you guys enjoyed that. The first battle and this last battle were actually pretty entertaining to me. The second one was a little shaky. I think you guys will agree that one was a little shaky. I just didn't really have the team matchup at all, but for some reason he forfeited, and I'm not really sure why that is, but I'm not going to complain, man. A win's a win, so even though I would have taken the loss happily, I really don't care. But yeah, I'm just rambling now, so I'm going to cut this here, and I will see you guys all in the next episode. So peace!